A little bit further forward so we can check your share.
Electronics and technological advancement disrupts and reinterprets the modern life. Innovation in electronics, artificial intelligence, and novel software programs have redefined the society.
I was pretty positively surprised and interested in what Maker Village had to offer. This sounds like a very unique offering.
We are quite confident that this Maker Village will be a very welcome addition to the Startup and Make in India initiative.
I have come from Bangalore. I'm right now in Maker Village. Right now, yes, it's evening and the climate is cool.
Kochi, the fastest growing city in India, hosts a 25,000 square feet technological wonder in its heart, Maker Village. Maker Village stands ahead with state-of-the-art technology and equipment better than any other electronic labs in the country.
So it's an amazing place to come and develop a product from the scratch and take it to an international market.
If we can make use of all the equipments and all the facilities that we have, we can create world-class products from Cochin itself.
It is more than the actual technology part of it or the market. You need the correct amount of grooming which comes with professional conduct. That is something that the Maker Village space offers more than anything.
Tech wizards from IT hubs like Pune, Bangalore and Hyderabad are flocking to Kochi Maker Village to realize their ideas of electronic innovation. Maker Village is a joint initiative by the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, Government of India and Government of Kerala. The Indian Institute of Information Technology and Management Kerala is the nodal agency for the project.
The Maker Village is expected to be the largest electronic incubator in the country, both in terms of the size of the facilities, the infrastructure, the equipment.
Maker Village is home to out-of-the-box consumer electronics and robotic embedded systems. The initiative is supported and complemented by a fab lab facility catering to the mechanical fabrication requirements of the electronic incubators.
In Maker Village, we have a dedicated line which is used for incubators, and the capacity of the machine is 25,000 CPH.
Sir, can we process dualer PCB on this assembly line?
Yeah.
We would like all the startups to take a look at the resources that are available for prototyping the hardware and manufacturing it here in Kochi. Maker Village is providing an excellent ecosystem here.
The PCB assembly line is a very unique facility that we avail. Since our team is working on developing a solution, this facility has become handy in developing and assembling our own SMT boards.
And Maker Village, being the first electronic incubator in the state and perhaps one of the largest electronic incubator in the country, is actually leading this movement.
But Maker Village is looking to incubate consumer products, which involves a lot of hardware, embedded systems, mechanicals, surface mount technologies, where they have got a full line to manufacture prototypes.
And it was a wonderful experience seeing these people, and some of the ideas are really very innovative, out of the world kind of thing, and I think this is the right time absolutely.
We came with an idea to Maker Village. They provided us with the equipment, the boards. They guided us with how to implement the product. That's what made us realize our dream.
Maker Village helps entrepreneurs convert prototype into product. It provides them assistance for finding investors, whether it is seed, venture or angel.
I don't think we'll be able to do it if we were incubated in any other facility.
Guys, this is amazing. All the startups can make their concept into a complete reality in Maker Village. The right solutions and ideas often strike when you're having fun while you're working. When you come here, your work is not just being serious. You celebrate your life and get to work.
Maker's Village seems to be a one-stop shop. You can come here, get with your idea and get out with a product.
Maker Village, making India innovative.
Yeah, okay, perfect. So you've seen the video, like overview of the Maker Village facility there. So the Maker Village was initiated as a public-private like partnership initially, and this is basically like from a particular project within IIIT, and it's the other partners include like the startup mission, and the funding comes from both like Government of India and as well as Government of Kerala. Not sure why the slides are not being able to move. Srikapra, like I'm not able to move the slide.
Professor Alex, good morning. I shall check.
Okay. Got it now. Got it now. No, got it now.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah. So the facility as such, it is we have like a small annex in Trivandrum, and the main facility is in Cochin, and it's a large incubation space. As you can see, this is a building like along with Maker Village. In this facility, there is also fab labs, a large fab lab. We have a mini fab lab in Trivandrum, but like a larger fab lab is also available within this facility there. And within this facility, you would see like the places for the startups to sit. There is some common areas, conference rooms, and all those things, like typically in like a incubation facility. And every year we organize like several events, mostly to bring together various companies like who are incubates there, invite people from around like India and outside, and they get to see the work that people are doing, and even like get more people. These were some of the speakers like from one of those previous events. So this is slightly old, but these figures, the funding part, you can see there were 68 startups. As of now, there is 70 plus startups, 78 startups. There are patents, several of those filed from the companies, and that number is growing. There is also the companies, like the purchase order means like the companies who are incubated there, they are able to get orders from real businesses and things like that. And the number of patents that are granted, that number is also increasing. So overall, like the investments possibly has been, I mean, maybe more than 24 crores. I mean, this is probably like excluding the infrastructure, but like with infrastructure, this numbers may be much more. So overall value that is created out of like 11 like startups that who were like having work orders and other things, you can see it's about 423 crores of value. Revenue generated is approximately like 33.8 crores from 15 startups, and the employment from 21 startups, like you can see, that's 382. And the various stages of incubation are there. Like, and if you look at proof of concepts, out of that 68, like 17 had like proof of concept. 22 of them had like prototypes, and 29 of them had like product development already, like in the process of like scaling up. So you see the area domains of area is also quite spread up. Most of those the works are embedded systems or systems level electronics, so involves like both programming as well as hardware. The areas include like automobile industry, healthcare, robotics, In fact, there is also defense, which is like last year onwards, like the defense also. There are a few companies involved, and Ministry of Defense is also supporting some of the works. Another thing is like if you look at the founders profile, like the people who are involved in this, this is about like a whole set of range of people like who are recent graduates to quite experienced people as well. Some of the companies you will see like they're people like who had like PhDs and they are building stuff. And you have also very fresh graduates with undergraduate degrees. So there is like a whole range of from experienced to less experienced people in the. If you have a great idea and if you have the will to do it, like there is always like a possibility there to build. So many achievements. Some of the example achievements, like these are some example companies and. Participation in the challenges or getting a purchase order from, for example, IRO, getting a purchase order from NPL, DRDO, and so on and so forth. So some examples, many more were there. I can see like Asimo Robotics, for example, they were in use for quite a bit. You can see several of others as well, like each one of them across like different fields. The funding, there is like angel funding. Some of those companies have got that. Lesguards is an ASIC-based company, like they build like AI chips. Then you have like SectorCube, Nemo Planet. A few of them have venture capital or angel funding. There is GAIL, which is supporting some startups. India Innovation Growth Program supporting few. Bharat Petroleum, ITEX is another one. Like it's a Defense India Startup Challenge. Like they're supporting some of the companies. There is also Nidhi Prayas, like at Make a Village, and this is supported by Ministry of Science and Technology. And Nidhi Prayas program provides like some initial funding to the startups. Usually, like there is an application process to the Make a Village, and then a committee would evaluate it, and based on that, like they would be given funds. Some of the main facilities that we have a prototype development, there is a measurement and testing lab, there is also like a 3D printers, like industrial 3D printers. You could also have access to some of the Fab Lab facilities which were like recently set up. And we can see CNC facilities, SMT softwares, many of them that are there. Like if you want to do like some basic levels of electromagnetic compatibility, you can do that. And there is like industrial grade like 3D printers. So most of the things that are required for digital manufacturing that is in the pipeline are already having there. Within the same facility, you have super fab labs, and there you have like again some of those things are replicated there as well. But you would also see like an integrated like working environment. So if you want to like have like a workplace where you need to do like 3D printing on site and then go and like do the PCB like small boards and things like this, you can do the milling, everything in a single space. There are various like associations involved like throughout the development cycle. So from the component sourcing to software to incubation, in a partnership with the accelerator. So recently, last year, I mean, we have like partnered with one of the accelerator like Brink and also actually supported some of the startups to scale up. Like giving them like 30-40 lakhs in investments. There are also like various industrial partners, electronic design for IP, on variety of things. Like we end up partnering with people who are specialized in that. So once you are into that ecosystem, like you would get access to many of those facilities. There were many every year, like one or the other awards come by, like IPPO here, like there was an outreach formation giving like a Hall of Fame honors. Some of the example startups, Gen Robotics. So there's one of the conventions, like one of the Indian sanitation convention, like Modi was Prime Minister Modi was like looking at it as one of the photos. They generated 4 crore in value, order values, and they have been selected for future aspiration Dubai and other things. Shastra Robotics is another one. They looking into like quality testing. So they have like a very compact testing system with like robotic manipulators and things like that. Irvo Technologies, another one, like underwater robotics. You can see like they like underwater workers. You can do live video feed underwater and things like that. There is another IoT fusion monitor from EV Labs. This is supported by BIRAC, and the device is patented. It can be used for like calamities and other things. There is a ready-made, like it's a wound healing equipment. So you can see it's a biomedical side. BACMO is again like from the bio side. It's more monitoring the blood. And there is wafer chips. They again it's more like cardiac monitoring and biomedical field. Like you can place those. This is another like Nava design innovation where they try to extract like the fluid from the coconut trees, and so you can basically get like a drink directly from the trees, and it's again like a very useful thing. Like you get like fresh coconut juice and things like this. Avatar Renewable, another one. There's so many of those. Like this is air quality, like basically indoor air quality monitoring system. There is a water treatment solution. Robotics for building like robotic things. Then you have ultrasonic spray coating. There is if you look at like anti-GPS jamming device. Smart textiles, like which are, this is useful for defense-related applications, like for the army personnel and other things. There is digital mobile radios, multi-sensor wireless IoT platforms, then a camera which uses like a vision sensor. They use like an ASIC-based solution. They custom make the whole thing. In an ASIC, like a digital system. These guys are in Trivandrum, so it's like few companies, around 10 companies are in Trivandrum, like the remaining like companies are in Cochin, so it's spread across like those. Nemo Technologies, smart eyeglass, 3D boarding scanning solutions. You can see like UAVs, like drones. There's the electric powertrain, basically, motor, use like a motor vehicle energy to create like the electric. There is an IoT platform that is developed, so you can see most of the work in this is like at a software level, and they have like a small chip as well, which goes along with it, and I think they get it done. The hardware part they get it done from Switzerland, and I think software is what they develop. There is another factory-based solutions, defect detection and things like this using deep learning. There is another like drone-based solutions. This is a pilot project funded by NPOL and DRDO. Another one, this is a flatbread maker, basically roti maker, and this is again like venture invested, and they are in the scale-up mode. There is another one, Zoid Labs, with this PCB assembly. It's actually like the assembly machines are very costly, but they created something like that is very small in size, and the cost is also reasonable. Like it's not. I mean, I think they plan to sell it at like around 4 lakhs or something, which is substantially lower than the large scale like systems that are there, and useful for a lot of like small facilities, or even like 4 euro. Many people visited the facility over the years, both national, international. Some of the faces you might be familiar with. The chief minister, some of the ministers, and personalities you can see over the years. And regularly there are technical talks being organized, and this is usually open to the incubatees, so people who are there, like they get to attend like many of these talks from industry and others. And these days, I think most of those will have to go online, but otherwise, like these were constantly happening. You can see different like people. Like here you can see the founder of the Nest group, Javed Hussain, like you have speak with like the people there. So many people get to know from like experts and who are in the business for long through these interactions. So that's mainly that about Maker Village. If you have like some questions, you can let me know. As far as student is concerned, like there are 2 opportunities. One is like if you have like a great idea which you want to take it up as like a product, you can the entry level can be at an idea stage or a bit more higher. But increasingly what we are focusing on is like things that have like intellectual property. That means like their idea should be very innovative, and even if like the things fail, like that would still have to generate some knowledge so that you can get on with the next idea and build on. Entrepreneurs are like usually like serial entrepreneurs. Like once you get into that, like even if one idea fails, you get on to the next one, and so on and so forth till like you succeed. So that will be one of the main things. Like a very innovative idea is important. The funding part, there are many agencies, many funding agencies around which are ready to support. So there is a process, selection process, there's application and everything that goes into this. And once you're incubated, you get like the name tag, facilities, access to. So the value that it brings on is like you have access to many things. And that is the main reason more companies come into like at various stages. It could be like early stage startup to something like a late stage startup. Okay, so that's that, and there is also another. There is also like another thing, which is the incubator. Sharath will be taking that. He will explain more about it, about the incubator. The incubator is meant to be something that you can do engage in as part of your program. So while you are studying, like if you have some, if you want to get like some training and get into that thing, if you don't know, you don't have any background in it, like it will give you like a workspace. There are some challenges, there are some programs which Sharad will explain, and that's another thing. And in addition to that, like if you can also, you have many projects and many other things, right? So even within that many projects, even within the projects that you do, you can think about like coming up with innovative ideas, and that can be with a supervision within the institute, or you can think about like thinking it outside, like getting a mentor, some internship in the final semester. So it's all like many different ways to build like that profile if you are interested in it. Okay, so that's from my side, and I will leave up take I'll ask her to take over, and I have to leave now. Unfortunately, I have a lecture. So if you have if you have any questions, like drop in it and send email, and I think Sharad will be also able to answer some of those. Okay. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Professor Alex.
Bye.
So I think Sharath, is he ready? Sharath, I welcome you.
Hi, good morning, ma'am. I'm here.
Good morning, Sharath. You can proceed. You can begin.
Thank you. And I'm just waiting for myself to become the presenter. I haven't got the privileges for that.
Okay. I shall check and make the
Yes, please.
needful. Okay.